Welcome to another Start Successpreneur book review, because you're busy enough running your own business. Today's book review is going to be on this book, The Art of Profitability. I really enjoyed this book, and we're even going to go into a little bit of theory with you today. Okay, so the author is Adrian Zlotowski. He's a Ukrainian American who is a renowned business consultant. He talks mainly on profitability, and he's an award-winning business consultant. He introduces us to Steve and David Zhao, and Steve becomes a student of David Zhao, who is a consultant who helps Steve to understand the different profitability models to help him improve the corporation that he's working for. So it's not necessarily a small business book in that sense. However, it's still applicable because any company, regardless how big or how small, corporate or non-corporate, it's going to use these profitability models. So they meet up in a New York lawyer's office, and David starts teaching Steve all of these models. So obviously they start talking about profit, which is Adrian's speciality. And they talk about how to create more profitability through these models and which models there are. So there are different methods, and the book details 23 kinds of profit models. There are more, however, it details 23 kinds. And it's a lot like going to an ice cream parlor and choosing which one is going to suit your business. One of the ones that is detailed in the book is called Customer Profit Solution, otherwise known as a J-curve business. And what David will do is he will draw a diagram each lesson. And so the diagram starts off like this, and David tells a story about when he was working for a company, and that company wasn't making any profit. And he went and had a look at the competitor company to see what they were doing. And what they were doing was they were trying to figure out how the customer worked, what the customer was doing, and they were investing a lot of time and money into the customer. And so at the beginning, their curve looks like this, and they're making a loss below the zero. However, once they figure out what it is that the customer needs and they deliver exactly what the customer needs, obviously the curve goes back up and they get into profitability. And they know that they're going to have a higher profitability than just putting a product on the mass market, because they know exactly what this client needs. A famous example of this is Amazon.com. Amazon.com they spent tens of millions of dollars, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars setting Amazon up before they saw any profit. It's a dangerous strategy in the sense that if they wouldn't have succeeded and wouldn't have been the strong distribution network that they became, even though they knew what they were doing, they wanted to be the world's strongest and biggest distribution network. But if they wouldn't have succeeded, they would have owed all of that money and not come back on top of the curve. So this model is much better for a small business, such as a coach, for example, who is going to, or anybody that's dealing with a client in that sense, who gives, for example, the client 2 free sessions. So it costs time to give those 2 free sessions. The client may not sign up. However, the chances are much better that they're going to sign up, because in those 2 sessions, you're going to find out what your client really, really wants, needs, what their problems are, and you can then address those. And once you do, obviously, the client is happy to pay. Okay, some final thoughts on the book. It's a very easy reading book. The prologue is really nice. There's a story behind it, so it's easy flowing. And each chapter is very, very short. So even if you don't have a lot of time, you can read 1 chapter a day, for example. So The Art of Profitability gets a 4-star ranking from me, because it is a very, very good book that's worth reading. Now, if you are already in business, it might be interesting to see which profit models are going to be good for you, whether you can optimize the profit model that you're already using. But I wouldn't suggest reading the whole book. I would suggest just trying to figure out which profit model you need to implement. And you can layer them. There are lots of different things you can do. But I would be looking at that. And when I put out my summary, you will be able to pick up on those profit models. Okay, so what would you like me to read? Let me know what you'd like me to read. Subscribe for more great content, and we've got a lot more great content coming for you. Leave a comment and let us know how we can help you to grow your business. We want to hear from you. It's almost like the customer profit model. We want to know from you what it is that we can offer you to help you grow your business. So let us know. Follow us on Facebook /Start Successpreneur, and we've got a daily business tip that's well worth following, and share with your friends. Remember that if you work together, you're both going to grow together. If you try and hold everything back from your friends and you try and get an advantage over them, then you're not going to grow as quickly. So share with your friends, let them know what's going on, learn together, and grow together. Okay, so keep calm, comment, like, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you for the next book review. And let me know what kind of content you want so we can get that to you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. And keep working hard on those businesses. Let's make them really, really profitable.